For joining me today. I'm doing a refeed. As you know, I was fasting for about 2 weeks, in and out, in and out. And I have to start training. I have 2 races coming up. So off the fasting, it's going to be low carb. I'm going to keep my calories up to about refeeding what I exercise for the day, somewhat. And because my BMR is low, it's 1,000 milligrams. I mean, 1,000 calories. So I'm going to keep my calories up to about the BMR. And you know, every time that you diet or go on some kind of weight loss journey, your metabolism goes down, and mine's in the toilet, so to speak. It's been in the toilet since I've been about 25 years old, 26, somewhere around there. So anyway, I'm just here to share with you. I know some people are saying, well, you're fat, you're ugly, and you're old, and you're not doing it right. That's okay. That's okay, because this is my dogma, okay? And I'm sharing my experiences with my edema in my leg and my former obesity, because I'm in normal BMI now. Yay for me. So I'm just trying to lose some edema fat. That's what it's all about. And to try to decrease the cancer cells in my body, right? What you call apoptosis, or whatever the scientists call it. And I just don't want to go back down the cancer route and the Alzheimer's route, what I have in my DNA and my genetics that my poor mother and my grandmother had, and all her siblings, unfortunately. So I'm trying to avoid my brain to deteriorate and to shrivel up like some walnut. So I'm 57 years old, and I was a former athlete back in 2016. I was a triathlete. Got my body fat down to all-time low of my life, and I was going for the lower than 15% body fat, and was trying to be a lean, mean fighting machine. Well, that sort of like bombarded me and took me through a shitstorm of hormonal disorder, which I had before, and it came into a worse shitstorm. I had edema in my whole entire body, and I was sick for the entire 2016. For 12 months, I went on a vegan diet. Yeah, I went on a vegan diet and raw. I did some raw vegan in there and didn't eat any animal fats and stuff like that because I was trying to heal my body. Now, I'm not condemning anybody's diet, and I'm saying that's what's wrong or what's right. I'm just doing experiments on my body because I'm out for optimal health, okay? I want to be healthy. I don't want to be no old shriveled up shrew, shrunken in, leaning over, walking with a walker. I want to walk on this body that's fit and healthy for my age group, right? Can never go back. Can't turn back the clock. Maybe if I had money for a facelift or a body lift, and then I could pull up my shirt, take off my, all these clothes, and show you my ripped abs and, my flat ass and no booty and pencil legs. I don't have any of that. I've been trying since 2012, and you can go back on my videos. Yeah, maybe I was doing it all wrong. I wasn't eating enough. I wasn't exercising enough. I was eating too many fats, too many nuts. You were eating too many animals. You were eating too much fruit. You were eating too many plants. I don't know what the answer is. But I know with my genetics is not like yours, okay? My genetics is not like yours. You don't know where I came from. You don't know my parents. You don't know my genetic background. You don't know where I've been or what I've done. All you see is right here. I know I'm ugly, and I know I'm old. But this is not about money. I'm not trying to sell you any of my scams, any of my snake oils. I'm not even asking you to contribute to my Patreon. I don't even have a Patreon, and I don't want your money. And I'm talking to myself because this is sort of like a diary. And anybody else that's listening that's trying to make their life better, make their life 100% better than it was then, and try not to go down in disease, right? So I just want to bring you back in time. Now, this is me and my mom. I don't know if you could see that. That's me and my mom, and I was about 20, 30, I don't know, 30, 35 years old there. Yeah, my mom's German. She comes from the German family. My mom was a scratch cooker, okay? And what does that mean? Well, scratch cooker back in the day, I mean, I can remember when I grew up in the 1960s, it was a treat to get a hamburger for 10 cents. That's how much McDonald's hamburger was. Now, my parents didn't approve of no fast food, and they were type of people that were, I guess, frugal, and my mom cooked like things like bone broth, and she ate the fat off the steak, and she ate liver, she ate turkey tails, and she made soup from the soup bones, and she did all kinds of stuff like home cooking. We never had anything from a can growing up. And my brother, this is my brother, he passed away. He passed away when he was 55. Now, that was my mom's first child. He was born in 1940. He was brain damaged at birth. They pulled him out with forceps, and my parents took care of him. Well, my dad was killed in 1971 in a car accident, so my mom had to take care of him for the rest of her life, just like a baby. So this dude right here, he spent most of his life in a wheelchair. So we didn't eat carbs. Oh, no. Carbs, even we were Italian, it was a treat. It was a treat for Italian bread to be on the table. Now, if you think about that, in the 1970s, the food was different back then. Really? Yes, it was. The food wasn't changed until 1996, until Monsanto decided to change the food. And you can look back on the research. Now, whether or not that research is true, we don't know. But it seems to me that they've been messing around with the food since at least 1970, is what I have researched. Yeah. So my brother, he had a strict diet because he had a problem with gaining weight because he wasn't mobile. He sat in a chair because of his seizure disorder, and he had severe seizures. Like my mom and my parents really didn't know how to cure it. He went to neurologists. He had all kinds of medications, but he passed away when he was 55. And so my growing up, we ate home cooking centered around mostly Italian pasta, mostly around, my mom was German, but she learned how to cook Italian, but we did have sauerkraut and pork. My mom cooked some turnips, some Italian dishes. I mean, most Italian dishes and very little German dishes. German potato salad, which was a treat. And we had, usually my mom would make a casserole, like sauerkraut, pork, potatoes, white potatoes, and carrots. And that was like a Sunday. We always usually have a Sunday meal, and then fish was always on Friday because we were Catholic. My mom was Lutheran, but when she married my dad in 1940, she converted to be Catholic. But my mom never went to church with us. It was always my dad and with my aunt and my uncle. We always went to church on Sunday. So, yeah, I was raised Catholic, but I don't practice. I'm not a Catholic anymore. Even though I believe in God, I believe in all gods, really. I believe in, and I won't go into that, but whatever God you believe in, if it's good God and you have you have love in your heart and you're doing good things for the world, great. That's what I say. But if you're hurting people, and that's probably a lot why I went into veganism, because I really focused on, I I really centered. I could relate to the animals and their suffering. Um, I wasn't brainwashed, but I could feel. And I do believe they feel pain when they're killed. But we humans have evolved in eating meat and stuff like that. I mean, I was watching Naked and Afraid last night on TV. Those people, do you know how much weight they lost when they stopped eating? They ate a lot. They didn't eat for 21 days. So I always watch that show because I like to see how much weight they lose. And damn it, the guys always lose more and the women lose less. Yeah, so anyway, I'm back to training because I have 2 races coming up, right? I have the race in Washington, D.C., and then I have the half marathon down in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. So I got to get on the stick, and that's the first week in May. So, here we are in March, and I haven't trained, so I got to get on the stick. So I'm going to be running, probably 6 miles a day, 3 miles walking in the morning, and then running in the evening, or splitting it up in 3 because, I'm not working anymore. So I'm really chilling, right? Chilling. So let me show you what I have for food today. So I have my 2 cups of coffee, and I'm a fat phobic kind of person because it's been drilled into my head since 2012. So I'm a little bit fat phobic, and then when I went vegan, I was really fat phobic, and my hair's coming back, believe it or not. Yeah, my hair's coming back. It's changed. It has changed textures. It has changed. I got shine back. I mean, you can go back and look on my videos. I practically had any hair when I was vegan. So whatever reason, my body didn't like the no protein deal. Sorry, I'm not duping your diet, but I don't really look good bald. No, I don't look. And it's not about vanity, it's about health. So I was hungry and I was hangry all the time. Yeah, I wasn't a nice person. I was really mad and angry because I was cold, I was bald, and I felt unattractive, and I didn't feel good at all. So I'm coming back. Yeah, I'm coming back. I'm feeling really good lately. And not that I'm eating a lot of animal meat, because I'm not, because I have to stick with bariatric rules. But just the fat in itself, and what kind of fat am I eating? Well, people are going to say, you're not supposed to eat that kind of fat. Well, this is my body, and you can do what you want with your body, but this is my body, and my body is like no other. So, if you want to look, I'm going to share with you. This is my dogma. So, I have some fat coffee, and what's in there? I'm a butter person. I'm sorry. I like butter. I've always liked butter. Yeah, butter and cheese. I don't know. So I have to find the butter without the carbs and the cheese without the carbs. And I found it at Aldi. There's a German cheese, and has no carbs. And it's almost like a Munster cheese. It's like a one of those cheeses. It's a soft cheese. It's not a hard cheese, and it's real buttery. And it's a product from Germany. It's called butter something. I showed it on my last video, my food haul from Aldi, and it's good. And I ate the whole thing. So this is Kerrygold, and I like this. I can get this at Aldi, and I put this in my coffee. Yeah, I put it in my coffee, and I like the taste. I like the taste, even though I like the coconut oil, but I'm just trying to stay away from the coconut oil, but I use it to make my dishes, but I like the taste of coconut oil. So what do I have? Well, I'm going to have, it's just about 12:30, and I'm not going to eat till 4 o'clock. I'm going to have my first meal at 4, and then my next meal at 6. So it's going to be within a fasting window, 4 hours. I'm going to go out for an hour of walking now, and then later on in the day, after I eat my 2 meals, then I'm going to exercise. So I'll have some fuel, right? Because I'm going to deplete my glycogen store whatever I have in my walking for 3 miles, and then I'm going to run for 3 miles. So, and it's not fast. I'm not a fast runner, so I don't want you to think that I'm a fast runner, because I'm not. So what am I going to eat? Well, I'm going to eat, for my first meal, I made some really nice, this is the broth that I made in the crock pot the other day, and I put 2 ounces of chicken. And this is, I'm going to have this for breakfast, and I'm going to eat an egg. And so for lunch, I'm going to have a soup and a salad. And then for dinner, I'm going to have some asparagus. And I'm going to have coffee. And then right behind it for a snack, this is, I'm going to have some fat, which is these kind of nuts. And it's a 1/4 cup of pistachios and a 1/4 cup of these. And I'm going to have some pickles. They don't have any carbs in them. I got them in Aldi. These are these really good pickles. They're like a deli pickle, a Jewish kosher pickle. I love them. I'm not too keen on those little gherkins. I don't like the taste of them, but they're okay. And then I'm going to be drinking this water. That's about 50 to 60 grams of water because of my exercise. And these are the type of eggs that I get. I get them from Aldi, and they're really reasonable. They're organic, large brown eggs. I like the taste of these. And eggs are really good for protein and keto. And they have good stats. I do put the half and half in the coffee because I don't have any heavy cream. I'm going to go to the store and get some heavy cream, but this is what it is. I do like to drink this. This is flax milk if I get hungry, because it puts a nice coating on my stomach. The flax milk, it's 25 calories, and it's unsweetened, and it's not GMO. And if you look at the stats are pretty good. The carbohydrates are 1 gram, and the sugars are 0, and the protein is 0. And its calories are, for 1 cup, it's 25 calories. So this is flax milk, and it has omega, 1,200 milligrams of omega-5, and those omegas, right? I really think that it's the omegas that are the fats that are helping my hair. Like I said, you can look back at my videos. My hair was pretty poor. My hair has been poor since I went on a weight loss journey in 2012. It took about a year. It took about a year, and I had my protein up, but I had my fats down. My fats were low, and my protein was 60 grams, and my carbs were low. So it has to be the fats in my body. My body is like no other, you know? It's like no other body. And I always had beautiful hair. I mean, one video I'll show you, it almost, my hair was so thick I looked like I had a wig on. But, you know, like, if you could see this picture right here, this picture is, so, yeah, it's not like I've been bald for all my life or poor hair or whatever, because some people do have genetic of not very nice hair, but I really had nice hair. And some people say, well, you probably were fat all your life. No, I wasn't fat all my life. And I was thinking the other day, you know, 2 times in my life, well, 3 times in my life when I gained a lot of weight. The first time is I went away to boarding school I went to and when I was 15 years old, and I remember this just popped into my head. Um, that was the first time in my life I gained weight. I gained weight when I was 15 years old. I was, yeah, I was just about 15. I was a freshman in high school, and my mom sent me away to, I was a bad girl. I had to go to a boarding school with the nuns up in McSherrystown, Pennsylvania, for my freshman year. Because I was a bad girl, and I did a lot of bad things, and I was banished for a year, and I did gain a lot of weight. And I'm not going to go into that. But yeah, I was fed a lot of carbs, and I think I gained about 30 pounds. And the next time I gained weight is when I had pregnancy. I gained 30 pounds, right? And then when I came back from boarding school, I lost it all, right? Because I remember I was on a carb craze when I went to boarding school. They had all these potatoes, they had all these breads that I wasn't allowed to have when I was growing up because we didn't eat that way, right? We ate meat and vegetables and very little pasta. We ate pasta, but the amount of bread was limited, and just like I said, the food was different back in the 70s. So the next time that I gained weight is when I got pregnant, and I gained 30 pounds. I went from 130 to 160, basically, and I was only able to get 10 pounds off, right? And I had a 9-pound, 6-ounce baby. Go figure. So the next time I gained weight was right at when I left New Jersey. I had a life change again. So it seems like it's a big correlation with me with weight gain is in life changes. Life changes in demographic and, diverting from my natural diet, right? Well, in 2012, I gave up all of the bread products, right? I gave up, well, first I gave up, what did I give up first? Fast food. I had to eliminate and detoxify my food because I was really heavy, because my husband eats a lot of fast food. And the type of work and the traveling that I was doing on the road, I was eating a lot of fast food, and I was coming home late at night, like after 7, and eating a big meal, and then 7 o'clock I had to get up at 4 o'clock the next morning, right? So what happened? I put on weight, right? Put on weight, and I was not sedentary. I was sedentary. I had a different type of job. My whole life changed. So that's when I gained the 70 pounds, right? 70 pounds. And so they're really the only few times that I really gained weight in my life. I mean, if you look at me here, this is me when I was 20 years old. I think I was 20 years old there. Between 20 and 22 years old. And I was about I was less than 100 pounds because I had this weird thing that I would never let myself get over the age that I was. I would never let my weight get over my age. So if I was 20, I would never get over 20. And if I was 25, I never let my weight get over 20. If I was 25, things like that. So anyway, that is my dogma. That is my truth. Just like I said, this channel is it's not about money. It's not about, trying to sell you anything. It's not about downing anybody's diet, because it's not. I'm just seeking truth for my body to be the healthiest person that I can be, so I can do my activities and live a healthy life. It's not about insulting anyone or telling them they're wrong, because they're not wrong, because they're trying to do the best for their body. But I'm really not in that paradigm that every diet, every, like veganism is good for you, standard American diet is good for you, high fat is good for you. You have to find the ultimate diet that works for your body, And these people who are selling these stupid, they're coaches and they're spreading their dogma. And what's really laughable is if, they say, oh, I have all these degrees and stuff like that. Who knows if they really do? Even the medical doctors that go for, college for 6 years, or they have PhD, even these scientists, I watch a lot of YouTube videos on scientists. I mean, even scientists that are studying those people in the blue zone, they live with them for 20 years, and they still cannot figure out why they are living past 100 years old. Why is that? Why is that? And United States, let me tell you, they are hiding a lot of shit. A lot of shit. Chemicals were being sprayed. Do you see that water? That water is just poison. People drink that water. If you drink water, if you bathe in that water, you're going to get sick. I mean, people in the United States, we are really victims because of what they have done to our air, what they've done to the land, burying chemicals, throwing things into the sea. I mean, it's just unbelievable. Unbelievable. And I don't know if any other country out there. I think I checked into New Zealand. I think New Zealand is the best. But it's too cold. It's too cold. I'm not into cold places. I don't like cold places. I mean, this is about as cold as I'll go. I don't even want to go back to New Jersey because it's too cold there. But I like tropical places, maybe in Hawaii or something like that. But who can afford to live in Hawaii? Hawaii is just too expensive to live. I mean, their homeless population is exploding in Hawaii. But I think that, yeah, Hawaii is one of those islands. But I'd be scared to live on an island like that because of those tsunamis and all those tropical storms and everything like that. So I rambled on long enough, but thank you for listening, and I'll talk to you again. Bye.